Well, hey there, Internet. Sorry it's been so long. It's your favorite discount angel dust impressionist here with another video update. This one is just another talking about the channel. Sorry it's been a while since the last, listener angel dust video, but I never really expected that little hobby of sorts to take off the way that it did, so I didn't really have a plan. But having said that, I still plan to make more stuff, and I'm just gonna do this little quick video to update you on a few things and let you know what I'm thinking. It's been an interesting past couple of weeks. Not bad, but interesting. For those of you who, well, I don't think most of you are readers, but if you were, a few days ago, from this recording at least, from this date, I finished on a fictional work that I've been working on since February of last year, 2019 to 2020. And it was a very emotional moment for me because when you work on something for so long like that, it fills up a big part of your life, or at least, you know, an emotional and mental thing. And it was a good thing, but of course, when you finish stuff like that, it's there's a sad happiness to it because you're happy that you got through it and you finished it, but also it's a little sad because that particular journey for both yourself and your readers is at its end. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, that was the Thief Spider trilogy that I started about, yeah, again, you know, in February. And I realize it's kind of funny to be answering or talking about that, rather, doing an angel dust impression, but hey, what do you know? That's the identity that we're leaning into, isn't it? So, I wanted to get that done. That was such a big deal for me. That's a big part of what I've been doing, outside of just general impression stuff. So, but yeah, as for, you know, the lack of uploads, there's no real huge reason. You know, busy, yes, life, yes, but the fact of the matter is they take a good bit of creative effort. You know, if I develop a script or if I ad-lib them, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of stuff that goes into that recording process. And you gotta dedicate some time to it. If it were up to me, I would, you know, 100% give everything to streaming and doing videos and maybe even set up a Patreon, all that stuff. But the way that, you know, my professional work is, just can't really support that type of lifestyle. I would need at least a month of being able to focus purely on this to see if it would return dividends. And it's not to say that I'm ungrateful. All of you are wonderful. Thank you so much for sticking around and listening to this impression and enjoying it. I've never gotten reception like that before. I'm quite amazed with it, really. So that's why I'd like to keep doing it. It was never about the money, you know. I don't look at YouTube and say, hey, gotta get them big monies. It would be nice to make a little pocket change from it, but that's never the goal. So anyway, that's a reason why I don't go 100% into it. I would if I could. That would be neat. That would be interesting. But also, you don't want to, in my opinion, make a such a career choice out of just doing an impression. That's, to me, not a viable option, you know? And even as a streamer, excuse me. So you have to be careful about what you do there. But yeah. Oh, and speaking of, you know, I try to do these every week. But if you would like to see more content from me, at least on a slightly more consistent level, you can always catch me at twitch.tv/LazBriar. I will put a link in the description. I generally stream on Saturdays right now. Again, I would do it way more often, but it's not a viable option. You know, you have to be able to make a living off of it. But I'm generally there, and I do voice requests while I'm doing them. I don't do the angel voice while I'm streaming completely, because that takes a lot of focus. But, you know, I interact with chat, and we do fun things, and it's growing. You know, it allows me... Excuse me, the stream size allows me to focus on people and kind of interact with them. We're not a huge, giant stream or anything like that. But if you want to pop in and say hi, you can. And thanks to the support of many people, I'm now an affiliate, so you can get yourself an emote if you want. You can get your very own brand Kermitino emote. things like that. So they're a lot of fun and I like to do them. But yeah, so as far as what the channel will be doing, just more or less the same. Now that I finished up a big personal work, I'm taking a small break from things that are related to that specific creative series. And what I'm thinking next, and I'm not going to, these are simply ideas right now, they're nothing more than that, and I don't ever say like, oh, it's an idea, I'm saying it now, it's gonna be a thing. I have no idea. Because, again, recording takes a good chunk of time, it takes some focus, there's a lot of reshoots you have to do, because even on ad-lib, I stumble over words sometimes, and I have to do retakes. There's a fair bit of work that goes into it, even if it's basic editing. So, let's see. The two things that we're looking at right now, probably for May, is if I do another Listen to Angel Dust thing, it's gonna be hopefully longer. I would like to aim for something maybe about 30 minutes long, but I need to get an idea of what I'm doing. I also need to decide whether or not I'm actually building a narrative here, if that makes sense. Am I just doing random videos for the viewer, or am I building a story? And personally, I kind of don't want to build a story, if that makes sense. It's easier for me to just do them at random and spontaneously, because if you, in quotations, try to build a story, you're creating a narrative that you have to dedicate yourself to, and I just finished doing that, and it can easily make you suffer from burnout. I like doing them, but I like to do this for fun. This is not something that I look at as a career, so I want to keep this very light and easy, and something I can sort of jump into, and just that's fun for people and lets them interact with Angel Dust, that type of thing. So as for the other idea, the other thing that is a little easier but also much harder, so to speak, is I'll be doing another Q&A video. I'll be probably uploading one where it's like last time, where I'll upload a video, and in those comments, in that video's comments, you can just have requests or ask questions, but I want to warn you right now that there's no way I'm going to be able to get to all of them. The last one I did was pretty long, and it took quite a doing. So I'm going to be very selective in what I take if you have requests, and of course I'll explain it in that video, but to keep them very simple if you could. And it's not because I dislike doing them, it's just that once you have all those questions you have to answer and organize all that, it becomes pretty hectic. It becomes more work than you expect. So I have to be a little more choosy, and of course, I'm not going to be doing any R-rated requests. I know that some of you are probably dying for that. I'm sorry, that's just not going to be the type of content that I produce. You couldn't pay me enough money to do it, ironically. That's not really the content that I'm trying to do. Nor am I really comfortable with it. So, however, that said, you can still ask certain questions, and I will do my best to get each of them done. And that one will probably be a lot bigger than most of my other videos, considering that, so many of you have generously subscribed and are just hanging out. It's wonderful, but also, since there's no filter, everyone can just ask if they want. That means that there's gonna probably be a lot more questions than I expect. But it will still be fun, and I like to do it, and I like talking with you. And that's also why I recommend hanging out in the streams if you want, because even if I'm not doing impressions all the way, I'm still happy to do requests in the stream. I don't really charge money for them, even though I probably should, but I don't. Yeah. A fun way to get to know people. I like the idea that people don't have to worry about a barrier in between themselves and someone they like. If this gives you the, in quotations, opportunity to interact with Angel Dust, I'm more than happy to oblige. Or at least entertain you with the streams. So, but anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all that's going on right now. It's nothing hectic. There's just the usual stuff, and I'm gonna keep trying to do this. I may not be as frequent an uploader as a week, but who knows? Maybe that will change. Because of you, because of all of you, I'm getting close to the point where I could monetize with YouTube, and that's always a nice thing to make spare change. I don't know. If I was able to make a living out of it, I would probably do it more often or something. But I'm not holding out for that. I don't want to make it about money. Never do it for money, just do it for fun. And if the money comes, great. If not, who cares? It's just whatever. So I'm more than happy with the reception that I've got. So anyway, my little spider babies, thanks for hanging out in this video, and I'll try to get you another something soon, hopefully within this month. Look for that. And of course, if you have questions or other things, you can always leave them in the comments, and I'll, take them into consideration. But until then, my little spider babies, mwah, I love ya, and until the next video, bye-bye.